Hello, my favorite YouTube people. How y'all doing out there? Coming at you this afternoon. Good morning, or good evening, good night, wherever part of the world you at. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But let's get into this video right quick. I do got to get my day started. But we want to talk about what's going on with America and its karmic justice. America is still suffering from a generational curse that is upon this entire actual universe, affected by the things that has happened centuries ago. And America does not want to take accountability for the shit that they have done to the people, not just through slavery, but the things that they have done to the citizens of America, the exploitation, the violation of their constitutional rights, how they have changed so much stuff that it's now normalized to pillage this economy and then still continue to make the people work like slaves. We are in modern day slavery. You're working 3-4 jobs just to make ends meet and still being afraid that you're going to retire with nothing, absolutely nothing. No more pension. They're cutting Social Security. Excuse me. This is my morning, so I got to drink some coffee. Hold on. I'm still suffering with allergies. I don't get a day off until Thursday. They've been working your girl like a slave too, as I'm talking about. So whenever I start a video, people pull up. This guy is looking in my window. But we got to get to the point where we understand chasing this illusion of an American dream, it needs to stop. We are losing ourselves, running behind like a mouse chasing cheese inside of a maze. The whole idea is by the time you get the cheese, that's the end of your life. That's the whole purpose of the maze, is to make the mouse feel like this cheese is obtainable. But the mouse, beknownst to that mouse, they don't realize that the cheese is your death. By the time you make it to that cheese, that's the end of the trap. So now you're finished. But you've been so, classically conditioned, as they say in psychology, that you don't realize you are being conditioned to run to your death. You're running straight to your demise. Now, this is for the people that don't realize. And then the people that are part of the problem, you also are going to be part of the karma that's going to come upon America. Now, we're all pretty much suffering. We're all suffering, but there's a different level of karmic suffering that's coming to America. A lot of these chain stores that are closing down, you got to remember, these same chain stores put small businesses out of business. So now they're getting their karma. It's like there's no loyalty amongst thieves, especially when you're dealing with a system that is corrupt. United States system is a corporation, as some people already know. So there is no one person running this operation. It's a corporation. There's a bunch of dishonest situations going on, like agendas, people going after each other. So you got to remember, you have to move out the way. You got to move out the way. When it's time for karma to hit, you got to move out the way. It tells you in... Hold on, this person just keeps staring in my window. It's starting to get on my nerves. Let me close my curtain a little bit. When it comes to the point of realizing how deep are you into the situation, it's kind of like criminals. They go to rob a bank, and then they realize that they're not going to make it, and then they start telling on each other and acting like, oh, I was never part of it. I was only going to help them open the door. Oh, I wasn't planning on them unaliving those people in the bank. But you knew that could come along with what goes on when you start this type of crime. So you got to be at that type of mentality when you're dealing with America and how it has this stench. When you keep chasing the bag and you're not realizing there is more to life than chasing the bag, you become a part of this karmic curse. You got to get out of that mentality that that's the only way you can survive. Allah, God, is the ultimate provider. You got to think of it like that. You have a provider. So that provider is going to give you the resources and the the knowledge and the spirituality to obtain those resources. Because if you realize, when people go after resources in a negative standpoint, they lose it. There's something in psychology called negative advocacy. Affectivity. I'm saying it wrong. Affectivity. AFFECTVITY, right? Negative affectivity. When your person has negative affectivity, they're built on processing information in a negative way. You'll find that they have a lot of pessimism. They're bitter. You know, they have a lot of negative foundational, their being is very negative. And they say that people that suffer from chronic depression tend to have that mindset of negative affectivity. When you think about it, America runs on negative affectivity. Whenever somebody's trying to pursue something positive, like a new business or a gold mine or start some type of trend, somehow they get sabotaged. They shut down the business. They come up with some law where you can't operate the business anymore, because it's like all based off of negativity on how they think you should do things. They rather you come out deceitful. They'll let the crime run rampant. They'll let scams run rampant. But then the minute somebody try to do an honest situation or honest business, they want to sell some coconuts on the side of the road or something, you see like 15 cops swarming them. And I'm not blaming the cops. The cops is also brainwashed under the system, right? Not all cops, I'm just saying. The system is based off of brainwashing. So anything you try to do positive is going to come with some type of repercussion of them trying to stop you. So it's kind of like that same philosophy of the rat chasing the cheese in the cage. So get to that point where you realize when you're pursuing your goals, you cannot have a mindset of negative affectivity. You're dealing with a system that's based off of that. So you have to do the opposite. You have to go into it positively, thinking about God, thinking about spirituality, thinking about love, so that even when things go wrong, you're not destroyed in the process. That will be your karma. If you get destroyed in the process of something going wrong, that could be your karma. Because the whole idea is mankind can't destroy you. If God is for you, mankind can't destroy you. He will turn your enemies into your footstool. If you really about that life and you really understand how the magnificent power works, you won't be afraid to fail. You won't be afraid to go through things. You won't have that negative affectivity mindset when you're dealing with challenges in this corrupt system. You can't have good fruit in a corrupt system. You're basically in a level of surviving. You're in a survival situation when you're dealing with these type of beings that's on this land perpetrating an illusion to us. You can enjoy yourself, but you got to get out the matrix and enjoy yourself properly. Enjoy the reality. Like in the movie The Matrix, when they came out of this mentality of illusion and they seen that the food was really slop, the food that they were eating that looked like nice, lobster and, pizza and all these good foods. And when they went out the matrix and went into those tunnels and they was eating slop, the guy was like, you know what, it is what it is. But then some of the guys couldn't handle it. They was like, man, I'm tired of this type of food. It's slop. But they don't realize the food they feeding you in real life in the matrix is really slop. It's got all these chemicals and poisons. The damn air is not even fresh. It's killing my allergies. Allergies come from histamine. Your body produces a lot of histamine because it's trying to protect itself from the environment for whatever reason. So if you're in an environment that has a lot of pollen and pollutants, your body's going to make an overproduction of histamine. So that's why you got to get these drugs and all these ways to calm the body down from overproduction of histamine. The body's irritated. The body's telling you, hey, I don't like this environment. You know what I'm saying? You got these poor animals. They be having all these allergies. You got an animal that has They're allergic to the dander in the house, and you can't even get this poor animal to stop scratching. They just keep scratching and choking. You got people that have animals. They got dogs and cats, and the cat can't take the air quality. You see what I'm saying? Because animals are not really like supposed to be super domesticated. They like to be outside, but the outside air is not fresh. So I'm basically saying America's judgment is here. It's been here for a while, but God is basically trying to wait for the innocent. He's waiting on the innocent to wake up. He wants the people to get out the way, because God is not a God that likes to destroy things. He doesn't feel like, well, let me just throw the baby out with the bathwater because all y'all, whatever. He gives people an opportunity. Like in the Bible, it was talking about Noah. And Noah was like, well, God, do you really got to destroy the whole nation of these people? And God was like, yes, there is no good in these people's heart. What do you want me to do? And he's like, well, can you just give us another chance? And he's like, all right, here's the deal. If you could find me one good person in this situation, this land, I won't flood it. And Noah went seeking. He couldn't find nobody that had pure heart. Everybody got an agenda. They got wickedness in their heart. They got malintent. It was crazy. So God had to destroy all of them. So this is the second go round, or the third or fourth, whatever, how many chances we've gotten on this planet. This is another go round. I'm waiting for the people to wake up, to say, all right, you know what? I've been chasing money for 40 years, 30 years, 50 years, 60 years, and I realize it's the same pattern of bullshit. So obviously, if it's a pattern, that means it's a system, it's a setup. And I'm not coming with doom and gloom. I'm just giving y'all the reality. You could manifest your dreams, but what is your dreams really made of? If your dreams is part of a dynamic that is based off of corruption, you might need to go back and reassess, because you're going to get what the devil give you, but there's a course behind what the devil give you. So if you're manifesting all these riches and you don't realize where the riches are actually coming from, we got a problem. We got a problem. And I'm not saying you can't be rich. I'm not saying that. So don't take the context and switch what I'm trying to say. The context is you have to understand where the source is coming from. The source of how America became great. America's not actually a great country. It's not. America is an illusion of a country. The smokes and the mirrors of a country. It's basically letting you know, if you believe that America is great, then you are under the matrix. You are under the delusion. So judgment will be upon you as well. The judgment is America getting back what they stole from everybody else, what they pillaged, what they took, what they lied about, what they scammed about. So now Walmart's going out of business soon. You got the Targets are going underwater. But when you think about it, when they first started all their little corruption, they were slave waging the people. You got old people, 50, 60, 70 years old. Now, I'm not saying 50 is super old, but it depends on how your body age. 50 can be really old where you can't stand up. I remember my kid's grandmother, she was my age today when she was helping me with my kids back in the day. And she had all these knee problems. She done had like 2 knee surgeries by the time she was 50. So I had looked at her as an old woman. But here I am, 50, and I'm trying to imagine how she was just all broke up. But when you think about it, she used to drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? She used to drink a lot. She had a lot of depression. There was a lot of things going on with her. So you could imagine it would age you fast. But we got Walmart, got these old people standing up for hours as a greeter. And it's like they finally started implementing little rules where the old person could have a little chair at the front. Probably because somebody sued their ass or complained. So, the old people now got to sit down a little bit, and they could still be a greeter. They could still check the receipts. These people have no compassion. This is why America is getting back their curse. And unfortunately, we're here. We're here, and we got to see it happen. But these big retail chains, they took the small businesses. You go to New York now after the pandemic, all the small businesses had to close down to make room for the corporate buildings to be built. Now it's like a whole new construction of corporate buildings coming in there. And now I see talking about America, I see a truck with freaking 20 flags on it. It's not a truck, it's like a van. And it says peace, love, promoting peace and love. See, this is the spirit world talking to me, saying that what I'm saying is right. I want y'all to see the truck, but it's too far behind. So maybe when it pulls up, I can show you. So it's trying to show you that this is the way it was originally supposed to be in America. Now they call it the United States of America. But this is the way America was supposed to originally be. A land to promote peace, prosperity, abundance, love, diversity. That was the dream that they sold to people. Oh, come to America. It's the land of the free and the home of the brave. Where? Where is that happening? So people got to wake up and realize you've been bamboozled. So now the curses Allah is going to open the floodgates of the curses upon this land. I told y'all 6 months ago, I think it was 6 months ago, I had a dream that famine was coming. And now they're talking about the foods are being they finding the foods are having expiration dates from years ago, and they reshelving these foods. The stores are closing down, the food stores, they can't keep up. They can't keep up the illusion no more. So all these people out here running around, oh, I got money in the bank. Okay, but how long is that money going to last? When they start switching up the value of your dollar, you saved up $40K for 6 months or whatever as a truck driver, and then a year from today, that money ain't worth shit because you didn't understand compounding interest. So when they switch up the money rates, your value, it don't go that far no more. What you gonna do? You gonna cry about it? They don't care. They don't care about your little complaining. And you want to pass all these laws, these new rules, or let's protest. All those days are done. When we were supposed to do the right thing as a people, and I'm not talking about just black people, I'm saying as the human race. No. What did we do? We started to make money and separate the classes. We went from racism to classism. That's where we at now. People want to act like they too good to help the next person. You don't know why that person became homeless. You don't know they walk, their story. You don't understand mental illness. Sometimes people could be up at the top of their game and something happened that kicked them so far down that they never had a chance to recover. And they may just need a helping hand. They may just need a kind word. They had this officer, he pulled this woman over. I don't remember what city it was. And he said, ma'am, you were speeding, da-da-da-da-da. She started giving him lip service. Well, I don't like cops because, I wasn't speeding or something like that. And he's like, ma'am, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just letting you know what I saw. You were speeding. And he was absolutely right. Sometimes, cops be having their own little agenda. But you could tell he ain't had no agenda. He was just doing his damn job. And he ain't had time for her lip service. And he was like, ma'am, I'm trying to help you. Okay? I'm going to give you a warning. Because I could give you a ticket. But I'm going to give you a warning. And I'm letting you know you were speeding. So she over there like, oh, okay, she humbled herself real quick. Like, oh, she said, well, I'm sorry because, I be having problems with cops. I got arrested a couple times. I had a rough life. She started telling him her story. And he's like, oh, man, I understand. Everybody have a bad day. She said, I'm just having a bad day. So he was like, I understand that. For real, I understand. Everybody have a bad day. So he gave her the warning ticket. And he stands for a second. He's looking at her. He could feel her energy. This is why energy is very important. You got to read people's energy. And he says, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah. He said, you sure? And she just started crying. She was like, oh, I just got to let it out. And he said, it's all right. What happened? Were you okay? And she said, I just left a domestic violence relationship. I had to leave my 6-year-old son. I think he was 6 or 7 or something like that. She's like, I had to leave him just to get away. She's like, when you pulled me over, I was about to do something dangerous to myself. I was going through something really bad and I was about to do something to myself. She was like, you actually stopped me. So he was like, come on, get out the car. She got out the car and he squeezed her. He hugged her and she started crying like a baby. And this man, she don't even know. She just boo-hoo crying. So fast forward, she made a video saying he actually saved her life that day. And she went back and got her son, and she made her son come back to actually thank this officer, because if it wasn't for him, she would not have made it to go pick up her son. So this is what I'm saying. You don't understand what humanity is about. It's about showing God that you understand what God wants. So God will reveal himself to you. You always say, oh, well, I can't see God in the flesh. That is seeing God in the flesh, because God is energy. So he's going to show you himself or herself or itself through humanity. That man was the revelation of God. So this is what I'm talking about. We have lost that. We are so in the dense realm of this so-called fake reality. We, the humans, make this fake, false reality an actual real reality by bringing into it the life force energy, which is God. The life force energy is what makes this all real, this experience. Because if you stay in the dense realm and you don't never experience God and you stay dense, you will be going into the dense realm for the rest of eternity. Excuse me. So this is what I'm trying to get people to understand. It's time to wake up. We are now going into a new evolution of humans. America is under judgment. So what that means that it's time for its karma to reap its ugly head. So you got to get out the way. You got to get out the way of this karma that's coming to America. How do you get out the way? Wake up and get out the matrix. Start doing humanitarian things for people. Even if you're saying a kind word on your way to work, telling people, hey, have a great day. Bring God back onto this planet. Bring the energy of life force. It is on you. It's your responsibility to stop this karma. Only we can do it. Only humans have the energy to bring God back onto this planet to stop the karma. The karma is going to come, but it's going to be redirected. It's going to be redirected. Just like when Moses has saved the people. When he saved the slaves, the Israelites, he came, got the slaves, but he understood that the king of the master of those slaves had to get back karma. So what that king thought he was going to do was outrun the karma by going back to chase Moses and grab the slaves back. Because he felt like, okay, well, if I can get the slaves back under my kingdom, the karma won't be so devastating. Because what happens is when you are a light being or a healer or one of God's chosen, or you're just a good person and God is looking out for you and waiting for you to wake up, he will protect you and the evil people while you're still trying to figure things out. He's going to hold back the angel of death. He's going to hold the angel of death back. Like, wait a minute. One of my chosen people is in there. So don't do anything yet. Don't set it off yet. I'm waiting for my chosen ones to get up and walk out of this little setup right here. So what he's going to do is he's going to send spirit guides and angels to come and try to come into your dreams or show you revelations. Hey, I'm about to hit this camp. I need y'all to pack up and go. I need y'all to move out the way. But what happens is these people are so dense. They're so engulfed in material world that ain't going to save them. All those gold chains and money in the bank and nice cars, all that shit is plastic. It's a plastic world. That's why they could switch up the rules at any given time, because it's based off of illusion. So if I could switch up money and say, well, today the money is no longer going to be green. It's going to be plastic cards. It's going to be a imprint in your brain. It's going to be part of your bank account. It's going to be a social security number. It's like I could just change it up because it's not real. All of this is fake. So he's waiting for you to wake up and see before he sends the angel of death upon certain situations. And death don't necessarily mean just taking your life. Death could mean the death of a system, death of food, death of an idea, death of the the continual oppression upon the people. We're still under oppression. Even if it's not just based off of black oppression, we're still under systematic oppression. White people need to wake up too. Y'all under oppression the worst. Because they expecting you to carry out the evil deed by continuing to hate black people or hate Mexicans or hate this person, that person, right? This is all based off of what? Inferiority complex. But it's in the shape of a superiority complex. But it's really in the internal is inferiority. It's like, well, if I can't keep up the facade, people going to see through me. They're going to be like, oh, they not really rich people. Oh, they not really better people. It's like, it's all fake. It's all fake. Nobody was supposed to be better than anybody. If you look at it, we all got the same motherfucking problems. You go into a black home, a Mexican home, a white home, they all got the same problems. Somebody's kid gonna be mentally ill. Somebody gonna feel neglected. Somebody gonna be beating somebody's ass. Somebody gonna be taken from somebody. Somebody gonna be the one that got all the money that don't like to share. Somebody gonna be the one that's the most educated, that everybody hates. It's always the same fucking issues. So that tells you race has nothing to do with this. It was all smokes and mirrors to make people do the fuck shit. Now the curse is here. The curse has been reinvented. Now it's like the angel of death is upon the planet now. The angel of death is not evil. The angel of death is an assigned angel come to carry out certain missions. And when they come knocking on doors, there's no reason to answer. They're going to come, and whether you answer the door or not, you have to be protected. As a people, you have to learn how to be protected. Pharaoh thought he was going to keep the slaves in the Bible, and he was going to use the slaves as his protection. Same thing here right now is going on. Oh, we're going to use the blacks, the good blacks. You know, we're going to use them, and hopefully we don't get this karma on us. No, the karma is coming regardless, sir, ma'am. It's coming regardless. If you know that there's a karma on your people, it is upon you to help your people. I see white people waking up now because they realize that whole Trump administration was a scam. They waking up now. Well, like a lot of it is just too late. It's too late. Black people already got their karma, but they're not waking up. They're not waking up. The karma of blacks was trying to be something you're not and not learning self-love. Learning self-love, pursuing your own goals no matter what people say about you. Now, I understand we were under oppression, so Allah is going to have a level of mercy for certain situations. But now, he's not having mercy on none of us, because we all know better. We all should have known better by now. We can't keep using the same old dry excuses. Because when the karma comes, it's going to be vicious. This is just a taste of it right now. It's going to get worse. Let you not be able to pay a bill when this whole AI system get implemented. You ain't going to be able to talk to nobody on a human aspect like, hey, can you just give me a little bit more time? Something happened with my child. They was in a hospital for a month. I couldn't work. It's going to be a robot. Ma'am, please press 2 if you have no money. You know, please press 3 if you can make a partial payment. And you're like, I can't make no payment this month. I'm really struggling right now. I really need a human person to hear what I'm saying. And it's like the robot is not going to understand compassion. So you literally got 2 seconds on that phone call, or they finna cut everything off in your house because it's all under one robot that you paid for this bill, whether it was your lights, you know, your rent, whatever it is, it's going to be under AI control. That's going to be the karma. You didn't appreciate humans when we were here? Okay, well, this is what it feels like to be operated under a robotic system. No compassion, no mercy. Let a robot cop pull your ass over. You think he cares about you having a bad day? If they're trained to train that robot cop to unalive or annihilate somebody who looks suspicious, and that cop reads something in you, you know, and next thing you know, they feel like you're a threat, or the thing freaking malfunction, and you're the one that day that they pull over and they feel some type of way because the thing went out of function, and they just start blasting up the car. This is where we're heading. Mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, but it's really not a mistake. It was an intentional demise to take us all down. They're sick of humans. So the karma is, well, since you think humans are unbeneficial, they're not beneficial to the society, to the climate, we're going to show you the other side. I told y'all a while back, they're going to implement the dark entities on this planet through AI. This is a way they can channel through these electronics, because dark matter needs some level of electricity to come through it. So even the light beings, all of these beings need electronics. That's why I be saying a lot of things happen around me when it comes to electronics. They can feel my energy. When you go into the hospital and you have heart palpitations, what are they going to do? The first thing they're going to do is put electricity back into your body, because they realize the body is electricity. It's an electromagnetic wave. So they have utilized our electronic magnetic wave to produce another entity. This is going to be the new humans. They've been telling us this for centuries in the movies. It was all going to come to a pinnacle. Even the religious books is telling you it's all going to come to a pinnacle. What are you going to do? Are you ready? Are you ready for the implementation of the Matrix and the Mark of the Beast? We have to get to that point where we understand and think outside the box. When this system gets ready to fall, and it's going to fall, it's going to have a devastating fall. I can feel it. When I dream it, I understand it. But what's the most scary of all is that the people that are asleep are going to be awoke too slow. And when they wake, instead of having an understanding, they're going to panic. And they're going to panic and succumb to the dark entities. The dark entities is going to tell them, take that person out. They're going to steal your food. Kill everybody. Do this. Do this. It's going to be mayhem. In the Bible, it says, woe is the pregnant woman in the last days. Y'all women that want to get a husband and fall in love and have a bunch of babies, this might not be the time to be bringing a bunch of kids into this situation right now. This place is under heavy karmic justice. It's going to be a lot of punishments, a lot of gnashing and wailing. It's going to occur. All the prisoners that they did wrong, the prison system is the most demonic system of them all. They take people that make bad crimes on the outside realm and put them all in one building and watch them annihilate each other. How unhumane is that? The Stanford experiment that they did in psychology, they did a professor, they put the professor and I think 3 college students into a prison system, a real prison. And they made it was an experiment, and they made the college professor a fake CO officer and told him to monitor the people and stuff. They said it wasn't even a week or two. This man had so much attitude that he was driving these poor people, these poor children, prisoners, insane. Within a week, he was becoming authoritative. He was overdoing the rules. It was a real experiment. People can change under like a regime that is like a terrible regime. It can make people become crazy, power driven. Look at Saddam Hussein, Hitler. It's like, we got to wake up. We got to get out of this brainwashing. Continue to work, continue to do what you do, but you got to bring God back onto this planet. You got to love on your kids. You got to get rid of your karmic debt. You got to love on your family members. The toxic ones, forgive them. Learn from what happened. Spread the knowledge. No one's saying you got to be Jesus Christ, but Jesus had a point. He understood that there was only 2 things on this planet, life force and death force. Even psychology confirms that. There's only 2 forces on this planet, life and death. Which one are you signing up for? Which one is your soul committed to? Because if you're committed to the death force, everything that comes from you is going to be based off of negative affectivity. You're going to always have a negative attitude towards life, towards people, towards justice, towards what's good. You're going to always attract negative aspects into your life, chaotic aspects. Because even when there's chaos going on, the end of the world, whatever they want to call it, Armageddon, any of those things. When you have God, life force within your being, and you permeate that, and people around you are about that life, the light that will come around you will always be your protection. So you will always have peace, even in the midst of chaos. That's the beauty of understanding life force. You want to start living by that creed. That's what's going to protect you from depression. I'm not saying you're not going to have bad days, but you will feel the angels around you, and they will send people in your mix that will help you, that will hug you, that will love you through it. Even let's say you had a bad relationship, you broke up or whatever, right? You will have children that will reach out to you. You have strangers coming up to you, just giving you kind words because you permeate that love. That's what it's about. And you're going to feel when darkness is around you sooner, because it's not going to blend with what you got going on. You're going to be like, man, I don't like this feeling. I don't like who these people are. Their energy ain't about that life. And you're going to get rid of it quickly. You got to get to that point where you understand what's going on. America's under extreme judgment right now. All these, how they made racism feel like it was okay. All of these perspectives that they pushed on us is all coming back to reap its ugly head. Now it's time to pay the piper. All those countries they went and took their stuff. Now they're sitting in debt. Now the other countries are looking at America like, what happened? You were supposed to be the top of the chain. You had all the money, all the riches, all the beauty, everything. You done took everything. Why you not sitting on your throne? Why you still in hell? Why the people still in hell? Why nobody got education? Why nobody got resources? Look how much it costs to get a little bit of education in this society. It's all a scam. And until we wake up and see that, we're going to be part of that karma. When you wake up and you see, oh shit, this is not real, I got to get the hell out the way, the angel of death will walk right by you. It won't touch you or your family or your resources. You'll see people crumbling around you, and your stuff will still be sitting up there high, like ooh, doo-doo-doo-doo. And you will feel like that. And you'll be so powerful to the point where you're actually helping those people out of their situation, because you're the one that understood what was really going on. That's how it be. Anyways, I'm about to make a part 2, but it's going to be a totally different video. I'm going to be talking about men and leadership. So stay tuned. Bye.